Hey, this is Chad from Bacon Firearms Reviews. I know it's been a little while since I released a video, so you guys have to bear with me. I've been a little busy with work and everything, but yeah, I decided to bring out something a little new every week, and found this 1911. I've had this for a while. This is actually my carry gun. It's a Rock Island Armory 1911 made in the Philippines. A lot of people say, oh, it's a cheap 1911 and it just doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. This 1911 has never jammed on me. I mean, when I first got it, of course, you have to break it in. You have to put at least 200, 300 rounds through it. But after about 50 to 100 rounds, this thing wasn't locking up at all. But I still have to polish the feed ramp, which is, I don't know, let me bring this back. You can see right in there. See that little shiny thing right there? It's called your feed ramp, and when your bullet is sitting in your magazine, when the slide goes forward, it slides onto that ramp right there and goes into the chamber. So if you polish that and actually make it more of like a cone shape, where it concentrates, it like funnels your bullet right in the chamber, it actually helps with reliability. So, but you probably look at this 1911 and you're like, that looks a little different. Well, that's actually a Wilson Combat Punisher style compensator. Puts a little weight in the front, helps balance it, and also you got gases that travel in this vent that actually keep down your muzzle, and that helps with accuracy too. So, I guess what you got to do to take this thing apart, I guess some of you out there are probably familiar with 1911s. On the front, there was a bushing that you can press down and you twist the bushing over and you hold it because there's tension behind it and the spring comes out. This is a little different with this particular gun. To put this compensator on is actually kind of a pain in the butt. You actually have to use a screwdriver, and in there, I don't know if you can see that. I see it right there, but you can see the rod and you can see that little circle thing around it, and that's your where your guide rod's guiding into your spring holder. What I like to do is these little screwdrivers. What you do is compress it down to the side of the wall, slide all the way down, compress it down. Okay, now you can see it twist. So you're going to hold on to this. There's a sweet spot because before with the bushing, you're supposed to bring it over here. Then it comes out. But since this is different, we're going to have to twist it over here and kind of wiggle a little bit and hold on to it because I have a Wilson Combat 18.5-pound spring in there, so this could go, let's get a jump out of there. So what we're going to do is twist it over to here, kind of wiggle it. You'll find the sweet spot. There it is. Alright, there it is. You probably got this for your Rock Island Armory 1911 GI model, and this probably didn't slide on that easily, but I found a way around it. So this part is Wilson Combat. It's a bushing for your spring. It's a holder too. It also has a hole in the center because if you have the standard ones, there's no hole. You got the spring off. You're gonna slide this over. There's a little notch right there. If you can see, you're gonna slide this over, line it up with this here, just like that, and back over here you have your slide lock that's connected over there. You push on that and this slides right off. So once that's done, you just bring the bolt, or the not the bolt, the upper slide forward, and it comes right off. We can put this to the side. We'll take the Wilson Combat 18.5-pound spring off. And you got the Wilson Combat stainless steel 420 grade rod. This actually is really nice for your spring because if you actually have a GI model standard 1911, it just has a little nub for your guide rod for your spring. And that can be a problem sometimes because that guide rod can get binded up with your spring. So this actually helps with never having your spring bind up again. So we'll take this out. So what we're going to do, bring this all the way back like that, bring this out, that comes right out. And if you're familiar with Glocks, this doesn't come out like this and out. You're actually going to have to grab this part, lift up a little bit, because there's like little grooves there that's holding the barrel. Okay, so that's actually going to come out forward just like that. So now there's your barrel, there's your slide, and now you're ready for cleaning. If you're wondering where I got these cool Punisher grips, I actually went on Amazon of all places. I was like, what do they have for 1911? And the company that sells it is Custom Killer Grips is the name of the company. If you look that up, they have different variations. You can get the OG green or black, but of course I kind of like black. I mean, you can't have a Punisher grip that's not black. I mean, black just goes with it. You know, it correlates with the white skull. Okay, to get your compensator on / bushing, because this actually acts as the bushing, it's a little tricky, and you got to make sure you don't slap yourself in the eye with it. So what you're going to do is put the spring down, and you're going to lock it in the hole right there. Bring it all the way down. This part, you got to make sure it's okay. Now we're on. Gotta hit that spring plug in there. So as we go inside the wall. There we go. Now once that's done, you gotta find that sweet spot in there. There you go. A little difficult to take this thing apart, but once you do and know how to do it, it gets a little easier after a while. That thing's a little snappy too. That 18.5 recoil spring from Wilson Combat, it kind of stiffens up a little bit more, but not bad. It's still bearable to bring back the slide, but this feels like a 22 when you shoot it. When you get that nice recoil spring, 18.5 pound spring. I think the stock one was about 14 pounds or something like that. But the compensator helps out with balance, keeping your pistol nice and balanced. Put a weight in front so you don't have muzzle rise. Plus you got these vents that help gases shoot up too. So it keeps that barrel nice and level and keeps it down rather than coming up. And the recoil spring helps out too for reducing the recoil. But yeah, this is what I've done so far to this pistol. It's not a bad pistol. It's pretty cheap. You could buy these for like what, $500, $550 retail. But you can replace all the parts with Wilson Combat, which you can find tons of that on Amazon. But yeah, I mean, you can get the skeleton hammer from Wilson Combat, also the grip safety. You can get one with a better beaver tail too. This one kind of digs into your web of between your thumb and index finger, but it's not bad. After a while that will callus up, but I want to eventually get a nicer beaver tail. And also, sit in safety, it'd be nice one that comes out a little bit more out, which is nice for quick acquisition of your disengaging your safety. But yeah, overall it's a sweet shooting pistol. I'll have another video. The next video will be on taking this out of the range, and I'll show you how flippin' accurate this thing is and how powerful it is. And I'll shoot different objects to show you the penetration power of the 45 ACP that this pistol shoots. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like always, have a bacon of a day.